Global.Media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with Global.Media.com. Then celebrate it with or without champagne or rum.
Yay! It's Friday. Here we are. Books Business is live, apparently. I've just been informed by my notifications. That's a cue to turn my YouTube on. Make sure I get the benefit of watching myself while I'm here, right? Watching us, I guess. Not just me, right? I get to see all of us. Welcome, my friends. Why is there two of them? Okay, two YouTube notifications, but I only need one. Hopefully there's only one. Yeah. Okay, there you go. There's only one me now, on YouTube. So welcome everyone. Right, book to business. How do I introduce my topic today? Is my eyesight getting there? Yeah, my eyesight's getting that bad. And okay, that's up. That's like okay. Look, there's no simple way of saying it, my friends. See, as I publish more and more books, it feels like I watch a slow train crash. Yeah. Maybe I'm being a bit extreme. But I suppose there's many ways that I look at the predicament that we're in, right? See, as a publisher, what you hope is that your authors are going to become successful, whatever that means. Well, I know what that means, right? That simply means their books in people's hands. It means ideally selling loads of the books. It means they get famous, they get well known. It said that a book can work magic, right? A book can. I would love to be the publisher of the next J.K. Rowling's. And every client I get, every author I work with, I hope and pray that there will be that person. So how come my authors are not those people? Well, it's not just my authors, my friends. It's not just my authors, right? They say, if we say there are 1.2 million published books on Amazon every year, many authors don't even get close. They don't sell more than a handful of books, as I put in the description. I don't think that's right. I really don't. I think, as an author, for the work you've done, I think you deserve success. I think you deserve to sell books. You deserve to have revenues, income. You deserve to say everything that comes with the effort you put into writing your book. Authors will make a living from writing their books. How many of you who are here, how many of you who are listening on replay, how many of you are actually earning? Why not? Why don't authors sell books? So this is likely part, or maybe some of the beginning, restarting. Let me call it that. Around the beginning, I've talked about these topics before, right? So this is going to be part of, or the start of my process of talking about what I call truth telling to authors, because I would like us to become successful together. But there's some things I see that people do which scares the bejesus out of me. It scares the hell out of me, right? But still, I do see some authors who have done well. I'm talking about people like Paulette Hallam, for example. who has sold, I would say, more than three, going on 4,000 copies of her book, of her Jack and Water books. Now I've seen, thanks to people like Michael, friends like Michael, in other words, right? Her book has gone around the world. Her book is big in Uganda. You see school kids reading the books. You see teachers teaching with the Jack and Water books. I see videos of children thanking Paulette. Well, her books have also gone big in the US. Again, she's in many libraries, many schools. Yeah. So it can be done. Of course, my friend Lolette, she sold 20,000 copies of her book. I guess it's a pack of cards with proverbs, proverbs that her grandmother taught her, right? So it can be done, and I think my friend Howard, he wrote his book, and he sold best about 10,000 copies. So the weirdism is that most authors don't sell beyond a handful of books. I know authors sell no books at all, and they're quite happy. That's not the game. That's a waste. It's not just a waste because you don't get the money. It's a waste because no one's reading your book. What you have to share with the world is not being shared. How can that be? I say again. Alavine, welcome, my friend. I see you. So if you're here, my friends, do drop us a comment. Alavine, I do see you. Thank you so much for being here. Of course, we have Michael here as well. So Michael's on a journey. He's going somewhere. So let's see whether we can hear from him and whether it's going to make sense and be exasperated like me about this topic, why authors don't sell books. Michael, Mr. Calm, talk to us.
Well, Eddie, I have a contention.
You have a contention.
Yes, I do.
What, something that's bugging you?
Yes.
Yay!
It's too early in the morning to be bugged, really. But
not really. No. What time is it over there?
Surprise, surprise, and he finds a way.
So what time is it over there?
It's 7 o'clock.
Okay, that is
7 a.m.
early. That's pretty early.
Yes, yes. I have to call the fumigator.
I do thank you Americans who do show up for my shows at this time. So are you EST or CST?
I'm all the way in PST.
You're in PST? Okay, that's why it's so early. Okay, that means Central Time people are okay-ish now. So it's 9 o'clock for them.
Mm-hmm. And then you go further and you get MST and then you get PST.
Yeah, no, MST. I don't. That's a weird thing. That doesn't really exist.
Mountain Standard Time. Yes, it exists for some people.
It doesn't really. Well, I've never been able to work it out because PST is 8 hours behind us. Sometimes it's 9 hours behind us, which is rather weird. But most times PST is 8 hours behind us. And then you have Central that's 6 hours behind us. MST, I have no idea how long behind us that is. I used to do a show with
in between.
I used to do a show with Nancy. What's that? Is that 7 hours or 9 hours? What do you mean in between?
Well, it's 7 because you said 8 and then you said 6. So the other one has to be 7.
Given that sometimes PST is 9 hours. It's all about when the clocks change. You can.
I know about the clock changing.
I get totally flummoxed because it sounds like MST doesn't change.
No, MST does change.
Right, but
all the way, everything in the United States changes.
I used to do a show with Nancy O'Neill.
Mm-hmm.
She's in MST, and literally every time I got all confused. I'll try and make it. I try and do it in 9 hours. I try and do it in 7 hours. I try and do it 8 hours. Nothing ever worked.
Why didn't you
That's
just
why I just
call her
say,
ahead of time to ask her what time is it over there?
yeah, but it shouldn't be. When you do events, you just want to put a time up and say, right, everyone be there at this time, right? You don't want to be
Yeah.
guessing, and you don't want people guessing.
Yeah,
How
well,
how
just ask her because
how
I'm
can the
pretty sure
time
she's smarter
change?
than you in terms of getting time right.
So we have a set time for the event, right? But
We know
the
that you're
times
always late.
change.
Yeah, times
Crazy.
change, but then
No, no, the time.
it's also a matter of how your mind works with time.
No, it shouldn't be
And
like that. This is straight time. Time is relative. The same gaps, the same. Oh, man, 8 hours is 8 hours. How do you look at it? How PST suddenly becomes 9 hours sometimes, I don't know. That's baffling. That's ridiculous. Anyway, look,
you
no,
should be
what's your
talking to
gripe?
the gods of time.
No, just no. Listen, we use those things called clocks and watches, Michael.
Yeah,
They don't
and
lie.
those
They
and
get
those
them
were
right.
mhm,
Oh, they
and
always
those
get
were
them right.
designed by what? Engineers or people who are
Yes.
watching the stars, stargazers.
Stargazers.
Yeah, people who are
I
watching the
hope not. No,
stars just to figure out what time it is.
no. Look at a clock.
Yeah, the clock came
Uh,
after the stargazers.
okay. All right. Okay. Right. Now, so now, what's your gripe today, Michael?
Ah, that people or authors are not happy or are happy. Well, let's just say you said it was a waste that authors are happy that their books don't sell.
Yes.
No, it's not a waste.
It's a waste.
If the author decided that that's what they wanted to do and that they're fine with it and that they're really okay with it and fine and dandy, their lives move on just great, it's okay. There's no need to get, all troubled and anything about it. It's their waste. It's not yours. How does it affect you?
I,
How does
should,
it
I, should, I,
get
should I
into your
answer you,
life
or should I let
and
you carry on?
no, 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 go ahead. Continue. Continue.
Okay.
You interject.
I'll answer
Interject
the.
when you want. I like it when you interject.
No, I'll answer the question because there is an answer, right?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. You've been thinking
Here's.
about this for a while. I see
Yeah,
that.
yeah. No, for sure, right. Here's the do. So if you want to write a book and you don't really care to sell, that's fine by me. What I see is people blaming everyone else because their book doesn't sell.
Oh,
Oh,
ah.
you're my publisher. I thought you're going to sell my books. No. I'm a publisher. I got your book from a bit of paper, maybe even a screen document, a manuscript, into a book that's now on the bookshelves, right? I
Mhm.
might, I might even work with you to launch your book. I might even work with you to become an Amazon, a number one bestseller on Amazon, right? Maybe even international bestseller. But I want people to realize there's a lot more to selling your book. Again, people come to me, Michael, and say, right, you may be number one bestseller, 14 times, 15 times. I'm like, yes, congratulations. Well done, you. Because now you have this bestseller badge for the rest of your life, right? But I'm not going to take the blame that your books don't sell. It's on you, the author. That's my point, right? I don't think people realize it's on them. They think I'll just
And
write, right? They think I just write a
no,
book,
go
right?
ahead. Hmm.
And then they write the book doesn't sell, and they think, oh, someone's done me wrong. right? No one's done you wrong. You've done yourself wrong. You know, as I was preparing for today, I saw, yes, my friends are here. You've made me happy. So Stanley, I see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. LinkedIn user, is that Christiana? I don't know. I hope it is. Yolanda, welcome. Sean, how are you doing? Yes, MSTCST. Yeah, I tell you, it's all crazy, Sean. It's all crazy, right? Lisa, welcome. I see you as well now. Thank you for joining us. And Cyrus has made a new video that I will play for you in good time. There's Stanley Green as Power Thinking Genius. He's got a new video as well, but I can't play that for you because it's on WhatsApp. I might try and play it also. I might try and play from WhatsApp. But I like to download them and then put them into landscape. Right, Michael. Right, Yolanda, you tell him. Authors must do the work. With everything, you got to put the work in, right? You see, a book publisher and book marketer are not synonymous. We're just not. We're not. That's like saying your carpenter has to be your car mechanic. No, or your carpenter has to be your plumber. No, they're not. Different things completely, right? Even your builder won't necessarily be your tradesman. Your builder will not be your carpenter or your plumber. They're there to put bricks down and fix structural issues, right? So I saw as I was doing what I was doing to prepare. I saw a post, Mark. Let me show you the post.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I will find it. I had this. I may just get it right. No, okay, excellent. Here it is. So I'm showing you. So I'm doing DMs in the background as my computer crashes. Can you see this, Michael?
Mm-hmm.
And I want that. Suzanne Friedman, I like you. I do like it. I'm going to follow you because I like what you're saying as well. You can see what she says, right?
What she said.
Many authors will hide behind another book. Rather than they've written a book, the book's not selling, right? Rather than sell the book, they want to write book number 2, book number 3, book number 4. They want to write an ebook. No, you don't need another book. You don't need to write another book. You need to do something with the one you've already written. Suzanne Materia, well said. Well, most authors rush to the next manuscript because it feels safe. That she says, Michael. Writing is familiar. Selling is not. And the game for authors is to sell their books. It's not rocket science. You got to sell the book. I don't think many authors bank on it. They never figure that. They never figure they just have to sell the books. No, and most people don't even know what that means. I'll try and explain today.
Let me ask you a question.
Please, of course you can.
Is it rocket science to teach a author how to sell their books?
Good question, my friend. We may well get there. I think this is probably where I'm heading, right? I think I'm realizing that we're gonna have to do something to teach people how to sell books. So yes, I will work at my annoyance, my frustrations, and then I think probably create some sort of workshop.
Indeed.
Will they come, Michael? Will they come? Hopefully they will. Hopefully, I can't say I don't think they will. Of course, those who are serious will come, right?
Considering the number of authors there are in the world, who wouldn't come? I mean, there's huge number. I mean, even if a few come, I'm pretty sure, Annie, you're gonna charge them to take a sip of your knowledge and understand how to sell books. And guess what? Those people that come out of your classes, what will they become? They'll become famous. They'll become bestsellers.
No, they won't become
Guess what?
bestsellers. No, Michael, don't
They'll
lie to
come
them.
through you. They'll come through your shop.
Hold on. Okay. Now let's unpick.
If you can codify how to sell a book,
There's
go through
technicalities
the
in your
mechanics.
Yeah, no, look, there's technicalities, right?
Yeah.
So I'm always very keen to be clear what a bestseller means, right? Because I
But
think many
you
authors, many of my
you know
clients.
in this world, you're the engineer. Tell me about it, please.
Right. Okay. You see, when you publish a book, Michael, you can say, "I guarantee to make you a bestseller." That is essentially me saying, "I guarantee to make your book sell more than any other book in the categories your book is in." Again, many authors they lie to themselves. They think I can do it myself, but you don't even understand how it works, and you haven't got the tools. I use tools. Right? I won't lie to you. So literally, I know how many books I need to sell to be number one in a category right now. I can choose to tell you. I probably won't tell you because I know. When someone pays me, Michael, I know when I say it's guaranteed, I've never failed because I can see. I know the numbers we need, and I get the numbers we need. Right now, let's say your book is in some obscure category. Whatever. Amazon has thousands of categories, thousands, but people only ever see three on the KDP account, Amazon Book Publishing account, right? They see three. All my clients, I make sure they have at least 12. So that's three in the US, three in Australia, three in Canada, three in UK, right? And I make sure we win number one in at least two of those. Win two number ones in two countries, you're an international bestseller. Now, I always explain to my authors, look, you're paying me to win a competition, to be number one. That's it. In a 24-hour period. Don't be asking me afterwards, how much did I make? That's not my problem. I don't care how much you make. That's not my thing. All I care about is that you are number one. What I guarantee. If I don't get it on that day, Michael, on launch day, I've got to pay to do it myself to get buyers to buy your book. All right, you understand me? Okay, then there's another part to this bestseller thing which I think many people get get confused about. Here's the deal, Michael. You see, on the book launch day, bestseller day, I will corral your family and friends through your emails. I will get your email list. I will email all of them, and I'll say to them, "Come and buy our book. Come and buy your beloved's book. It's going to be launched on this day. You must buy it in this 24-hour period, right?" And you know what, Michael? Many family and friends will buy the book because they want to help on that day, right? Here's the problem. Authors, not just my authors, authors will carry on trying to sell to family and friends for the rest of their lives. Stop doing it. They've already bought the book on launch day. They made you number one. You have to do the marketing to other people. That's the job. That's a job that most authors are not willing to do, Michael. You understand me now? You can see why I'm a bit frustrated, Michael,
Yeah,
right?
but what about you, Annie? Are you willing
Yeah.
to do that for other people?
No. If they're paying enough, yes. But no. No. No.
So
No. No.
the question I gotta ask is why not?
Because okay. I could explain to you. Let me show you a quick video, Michael.
All right.
I don't know what I should show Cyrus's video first. No, let me show you a quick video. Then hopefully say no, because it's just you and I. Of course, my friends in the audience, you're welcome to come on stage. The link is on the event page. If you have strategies that we can learn from, if you have ways that we can learn from experiences, maybe even challenges or questions, right? Feel free. So you can ask in the comments, but you can also join the studio. All right. So let me show you this video quick, and then I'll show my two sponsors' videos. So Cyrus and Stan. No, yes, Stanley. I'll do my best to show Stanley's video. All right. So let me. Oh, where's the video I want to show? So let me go to StreamYard. Who's here? Dr. Aurelio. Welcome, Dr. Aurelio. I see you. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. It's always a joy, my friend. It's Americo Super live stream host. I was in your room last night with Jay. So many things you do, my friend. And amazing guests you have too. Sean says, so many high achievers are constantly running from something. Yes, Sean, they really are. Write a new book, launch a new program, take a new job, all to avoid facing the truth that you don't focus enough on any one thing. You're just doing to avoid doing the right thing. Anyway, I could bark on, right? Yeah, Yolanda. So I keep showing Yolanda's comment because it's so true. Authors must do the work. With everything you got now, you got to put the work in. Look, okay, where am I going? I'm going to show you this video. About what it takes to market a book. And guess where authors go wrong. So why most authors don't sell is what this video is titled. Here goes, my friends.
You've got a book. You got a book in hand. You wrote it. You published it. That is your baby. And you've got copies in your hand, but they're simply not selling. I think this is a common theme among most authors. Did you know that most authors sell less than 250 copies of their book? And I think that a lot of this simply boils down to how we're marketing our books. So most people are just putting their books out there. Social media, maybe you do some paid sponsorships, some advertisements. There are so many different options to get you in front of an audience. But for the most part, I see a lot of authors just putting their stuff out there for their friends and family. This is not bad. This is not a bad method, but there's only so many friends and family that you have that are going to buy your book, right? You want to reach the masses. So the first thing you've got to get out of your mind is just stop selling to friends and family. They're going to buy it anyway, or they're not. Who knows? But that's not your audience. That's not your go-to when you want to sell your books. So we're going to just mark that off the table. Put it out there on your personal page. Be proud of what you've done. It's a great accomplishment, and you want your friends and family to celebrate you, but they're not you're the majority of your book sales. So I think when it comes down to selling books, so most authors are selling one of two ways. You've got traditional publishing, and there is a sense of responsibility on the publishing house to sell your book for you. That's just not reality. Take it from someone who has run a publishing house. There's so much to do. There's so many balls in the air, and that tends to be the first that drops. There is a lot of responsibility that falls back on the author to market and sell their books. And then on the other side, you have those who are indie published. I think that a lot of times writers just want to write. That's what they want to do. But there's so much more to it. Writing is actually a very small piece of the pie in selling books, the overall publishing experience. Writing that book was the easy part. And we all know that's tough, but that was the easy part. Now you've got to market yourself. You've got to market your book. You've got to have some kind of brand because you want to sell a lot of copies, right? So you've got to get out of that mindset that people are just going to find and buy your book. So what's the key? How do I sell more copies of my book? Well, first, you've got to sell yourself. You've got to sell people on the idea that you're fantastic and they want to buy and read your book. How many, I'll say indie books, but also little known authors that are traditionally published, smaller publishing houses, how many books are you actually purchasing that you are completely unaware of who wrote them? Their writing style? Is it something that you enjoy? See, people don't know that they want to read your books until they know. You've got to let them know. But if you're just being salesy and you're pushing it out there like, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book, they're not going to buy your book. They're actually going to stop following you. They're going to get as far away from you as they can. People don't want to be pushed into sales. They actually want to make that choice for themselves. So how are we doing this? We're offering something bigger. We're offering them something that they find helpful, something that they find useful. And this is going to be a freebie. So you're going to put a little bit of work into pulling people in. It's sales funneling, and you've got to have something that draws people to you. So let's go back to that book that you wrote. What is that book about? What are some of the themes? Are there certain topics that you can expand on and teach someone something? And it doesn't matter if you have those themes in your book or not. You may have a book about, I don't know, another world. It's sci-fi, it's fantasy, it's something so out there that it doesn't touch on anything that the normal everyday person can relate to. That's okay. What can you teach about the process? The writing process is difficult. And there's a lot of good information out there that's coming from newbie authors with debut novels that are going, hey, this is what I expected. This is what I got. Can you teach someone how to simplify that writing process? Maybe. You could offer a freebie that talks about the
Annie, you must be on mute because I can't hear you. Are you muted?
Sorry. Right, my friends. Right.
Yeah, you got to start from the beginning because
Yeah, I will. I
from
will.
from
I
when you
will.
left
What I
off
said.
on the video. Okay.
Yeah. Look, so I don't want to talk. I didn't want to play too much of the video because the YouTube probably do me for copyright and then block my video. Right. Sorry, Curtis. I was lost for. I was on mute for a second. A bit too long. All right, my friends, calm down, calm down. We're back now, right? We're back. Hopefully, if you still can't hear me, let me know. Hopefully, you can hear me now. But Mr. Calm, you can hear me, right? Mr. Calm, can you hear me? Now you're on
Loud and
mute.
clear. Loud and
Excellent.
clear.
Okay. See, so the point that the lady was making is that as a marketer, I can do X number of things, right? I can do your market. I can do silly. I can do your posts, whether they're good or silly. And I think all posts are silly, by the way, because we're just throwing junk out there, and that's. But that's fine. So I can do your marketing for what marketing is. See, but what really sells books is what you do, right? If you look at someone like Paulette, see, now you know she's been off ill for months, right? Months and months and months.
Yeah.
She's had operations after and so on and so forth. But Michael,
Sh- She's
if you
good now.
remember when we sent the books to Uganda through you
Yeah.
and your brother, right?
Oh yeah.
That was you and Paulette. Of course, and I was involved as Paulette's marketer, but essentially, she's the one who paid for the books to go to Africa.
Right.
How many authors do you know who will pay for people to read their books? Virtually none. None. Zero. None. That's crazy.
She's got a different heart.
Yeah,
That's
she's got the
why.
heart. That's why she sold 4,000 books. I'm saying that's what it takes, right? But
That's why
Paulette
I
writes
expect her to do that. Yeah.
right.
Kind of a thing.
She write. She does the charity work, comfort cases, getting her books to children in care. She sends the books to the US to go to kids' libraries and for homeless people's children to get to read a book. She does all that, right? I'm saying, how many authors do I know who do any of that? None. That's why Paulette's book is so is so has sold so many. I mean, if I could talk about.
What else has she done?
what Lolette, right? Lolette, her strategy was simply wherever she went, she talked about her book. On the markets, so in markets, literally in shops, in birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, funerals. She's the one who talked about her book, not me. That's how you sell stuff. Your marketer is only we do a certain bit. We can't sell books for you. I'm not. You're not going to get rich from what I do. It's what you do. And maybe what I'm looking for here, Michael, is we need to be strategic, right? So Paulette sends letters to people every day, to media companies saying, my book exists. Do you care to make a film about it? Because that's how you go big. It's not me. I'm not going to do that for you. You don't pay me anywhere near enough to dump all my other clients to market your stuff. No, it doesn't work like that. Paulette writes to news agencies. She does podcasts. You've seen her do podcasts everywhere. I don't organize a podcast. I could do it, but I don't do it. She does it herself. I'm saying the author must be proactive. They must realize it's their job. That is their job. Writing books is the easy part. I promise you, it's the easy part, right? It's the marketing, it's the sales. That's the hard part, which most people are just not willing to do. Yes, we would say Alexis and I are working at a plan to come to train, to teach people how to write books, and then how to sell your books. But I truly think it's almost like teaching. It's almost like saying the obvious, and the obvious is do something every day to get your book in more people's hands. As the lady said, you have to sell to the masses. You must. Don't just sit there and wait for your books. No one's going to buy your book on Amazon because it's there. The people that buy your books are the ones who know about your book, who know about you, the ones who like you. Think of the books you bought, Michael, this year. You know all the authors.
I bought the books because I knew the authors. Yes.
So I'm not lying. This is how people buy books.
You're absolutely not fibbing. No.
You see, Paulette's now, and the author's greatness, authors like Paulette, right? It may well be that it's when they're gone that suddenly their book blows up. That someone eventually will see their book and go, "Oh, this is rather a good series of books. Why didn't we know about this?" That's how books become popular. That's how they become, they become household books, right? Literally, a media person sees it one day and says, "You know what?"
And then they podcast it.
Guys, sorry, you're a bit quiet.
They talk about the books. They talk about. They actually do go through and do the marketing themselves for that dead person.
Yes.
And that's what Paulette is doing right now before she dies. She does that stuff. And also Lolette does the same thing. There's one also additional thing that was said in that video is what she asked the question. Well, she somehow asked the question. She didn't ask the question, but she indicated. It's just insinuated. How do you get the audience to buy your books? By offering them something.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
What kind of research do you conduct upon the audience to know what they want in order for them to buy your book?
It's almost like it doesn't matter what they want. It's you creating something that's going to help someone, right? So again, it might be you creating an ebook. It might be
that is definitely true, because that's what Paulette has done. She's identified what the need is. She's created a solution, and she's now identifying the solution to the masses.
Yes. Again, and I said these events that we do, it is my ultimate way to market my friends' books, right?
Hmm.
You see, but now I think I want people to really understand whatever you pay a marketer for, but you can't sit back and think the marketer is going to sell a million of those things, whatever it is, right? Gadgets, gizmos, makeup, anything, right? You see, what we are here to do as marketers is start you off. And what we pray for is that you will become energized. You'll be, you will see that we need you. You need you to be activated, to be excited, to suddenly be energized to go and do more than just do nothing. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Right. That's the marketer's job. And the marketer is not there to make you rich. Only you can make you rich. Again, if I use J.K. Rowling, she's the one that walked the streets and peddling her book to media houses, her Harry Potter books. And then yes, she got turned down so many times, but she kept going back to different, and until the end, she can actually got a deal. Right. That's how marketing works. When I put people on events, Michael, when I bring my friends along, right,
Hmm.
they have to realize I'm just giving them the start, the helping hand. They must find it within themselves to get out there and do more, a lot more than even I can do. Go and do the podcasts. Go and build the relationships. Go and make the friends. Go and do public speaking. Now, you source your public speaking events. Get yourself on stage. If there's 1,000 people in the events, how many books can you sell? That's not me. That's you. That's the author doing the. No, that's what it takes to sell books, my friend. It really does. That's the deal, right? I really wish people would know this. Anyway, so
The
Sarah
only way you
says,
can know it is if you tell them.
yeah, here we are, Michael. Here we are. We're telling them. We're
You need a
telling them,
bigger
right?
you need a bigger stage to meet to actually
Yeah.
get it across
Well,
to a larger audience, because right now this is a very, very, very small audience, and
it's
it's an
not very small.
audience
It's not.
and
Hold
it's
on,
an
hold on.
audience that knows what you're talking about. Most of the people that are here.
Yeah, no, look, my
You're
audience.
what do they say? You're preaching to the choir, something like that.
Yeah, yeah, I can understand that. Of course, we don't talk to more people, right? But then again, I think look, my audience are mostly authors. So Jay's here. Welcome, Jay. I see you. So, Dr. Betkar, I see you as well. Joni, I see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Joni's having internet issues, right? See, part of me, Michael, doesn't care about all of them. I care about my friends, right? Because I think, I've got this vision of my friends and I rising together. We rise together, right? And then that way, what we say, we don't have to convince people because they can see the evidence. So if just my friends took on what we say, what we talk about, I need someone. I need maybe two or three, but I need one person to really smash to do a Paulette, to do a Lolette. I'm saying, it's not because of the names that they sell books, by the way, my friends. Of course, not Paulette and Lolette, right? So Howard's, he sold many 10,000 books. I'm saying we all can, but we listen, Michael. This, I've talked about money recently, right? I'm saying we
Yeah.
listen, we know the formula, we know what we have to do, yet very few actually willing to do what it takes to be successful. Damn.
So, Annie, can you help me with this one?
Yeah, go for it.
Is there a gap between you and your friends such that they either, when they do get it, they don't relay that information back to you, or they do not transmute that information correctly? or they don't assimilate that information correctly, so as it prevents you from coming back and talking about this again. Because I have a feeling you've talked about this over and over and over and over again, and it's always been to your friends. So I'm
I
beginning to
have,
wonder where the breakdown is.
yeah, it's a good question. It's a good question. Look, there's only so much anyone can blame someone else. Ultimately, we know that when you know the truth, it's for you to take action if you want to see change, right? See, my friends don't apply what we talk about, Michael. And I can't say my friends don't apply. I say some do, right? Some do. And they see the results.
Can you list them?
Yeah, I told you, Paulette, Lolette, Howard, I could carry on. But most people don't want to do the work, Michael. That's why we still talk about these things. But look, I said I'm a publisher, and I said I'll carry on publishing, and then I'll find more of those people who do want to do the work, who do want to become the stars that it takes to sell books. Yeah, and I'm not going to take it on me because I've done my job. I've done what they paid me for. So I must have got 4 new authors yesterday, Michael. Which is scary on one hand, but it's not. Because I publish books, right? Alexis and I will finalize their books. We'll do the editing. Jay, and I say Jay,
Hey,
will come in and then do the covers. You can't
hey,
blame us that books on sale. Go on.
you've said that you've done your job, but
Yes.
then at the same time, you've also expanded the universe for all of us by
Yes.
letting us know that it is not just publishing that goes on. There's also sales that has to happen. And that part of the universe, it seems like we are not understanding or getting. So
You're on,
I'm
Michael.
wondering
You're
to myself,
understanding.
have
You're
you done?
understanding.
I'm understanding, but now I'm beginning to wonder if you have done your job
I've done my job because now you
because
understand.
you have opened the door for us.
Yes.
Have you let us in and shown us around?
I'm not stopping you going. I'm not stopping you doing what you have to do. I'm saying I've told you the truth.
But
I've
then the
shown you
thing
the way.
is what if we fear to go inside the door?
Do some work on your fears. Do some work on your inner self. Talk to
What if
Sir
we
Stanley
actually,
Green.
what if we really, really need someone to show us around?
All right,
Switch on
there's
the
people.
lights,
Right, there's people.
walk
Sir
us
Stanley
through
Green
the
and Power
door.
Thinking. I'm saying that's a place to learn about mindsets. There's Sean's here. And he can
Shown
work with
us.
your mindset. Don't look at me. I'm a publisher and a marketer. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna try and be everything to all man, Michael.
Are you
All I can
telling me
do.
that Stanley, Green, and Sean have failed in their job?
No, have you ever approached them for help on dealing with
No,
your
no.
fears?
I'm wondering if anybody else has. And then at the same time, because you keep on coming back to the same subject
Right.
and topic, the
No,
same subject
and
and topic. So which means if you're
it's a
saying
good right.
that's part
Listen.
of their job, then
All right, listen.
okay, so that means that
It's
they're not
it's
doing
a
their
good.
job.
It's all right, all right. I'm not agitated. I just want you to hear me. But sorry for interrupting you, Michael. I'll say
No,
that
no, go
right.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. No,
I
please
don't
go
think
ahead.
many people have turned to Sir Stanley and said, right, how do I deal with my fears? I don't think many people have you know, turned to Sean, turned to even Leslie Flowers, and turned to other coaches because many LinkedIn people they bury their head in the sand and they write another book, Michael. They write an ebook. Yeah, that would do it. No, it won't. It just won't. Right,
Okay,
Maria,
so
welcome, Maria.
how about you incorporate as part of your package
No,
for yeah, part of your package. All you do is you have pointers. You say that there is a sales position, sales thing that's got to happen, a marketing that's got to happen. And because it's got to happen, you need to go talk to Stanley Green and you need to go talk to Sean Michael because they will empower you to accomplish that. So I'm saying you you take the responsibility of
No,
introducing them to Stanley and
no,
introducing them to Shawn Michaels,
no,
because
no.
you are taking the responsibility of
I'm not
telling
taking
us about.
responsibility. Look
Yes,
at
you
look at
are,
what Maria
especially
is saying.
when you're highlighting a problem, you're taking the
Yeah,
responsibility, as far as I can tell.
look at what
That
Maria
is
is
good
saying.
human behavior.
Listen, Maria said not to be a downer, but I'm taking action after action. In the end, the action will work, Maria. Maria doesn't need me to introduce her to Stanley Green. I've just told you what he does. I've just told you what
Yeah,
Shawn
but
Michael does. But
Maria
I've
is
shown
like
it. Right.
Maria
Listen.
is like the 1% of all humans who does
Yes.
things by herself. She's the 1%,
Yes.
but now you have to get the 99% to do
I
it.
don't have to do
The
anything.
only way to do that
I
is
don't
to.
have to do anything. I told you I got 4 new clients yesterday to publish their books. I don't have to do anything, Michael. It's not on me. It's on you. It's on them. It's not on me.
No,
You
I'm
know
not.
the people who can
I'm
help
asking
you.
you to point. All you're doing is using a pointer. You're not doing the work. You're just pointing.
No.
You're being a reference.
No. I
Oh,
refuse.
it doesn't take that much energy.
I
It
do what
doesn't.
I do. Look.
Okay.
Okay.
Do
Right.
you?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
If
now
you
hold on.
want to include it as part of your payment package, why don't you just add that
Because
as a
I
fee?
don't want to include this part of my payment package. I tell you what I want to do. It's part of my payment package because the Stanley sponsors my show, right?
Ah,
Now, Yolanda, you tell him. Joni, the link is in the comments. I'll send you a link. So I'll send you a link to your DM now, Joni. You're right.
yeah. Because
As
I'm
Yolanda
having a
says,
hard time trying
listen,
to get any.
listen.
Go
Right.
ahead. I'm listening.
Maria, the debate is that authors are not doing what it takes to sell their books. They're relying on other people like me as a publisher to sell their books, right? And they're wrong. Authors must realize it's on them to sell their own books because
I'm on the side of the authors.
people buy, yeah, so am I. So no, but people are gonna go buy an author's books, Maria, because they like the author. If no one knows you, no one likes you. What can I say? Don't come to me and say, Annie, you didn't sell my books. You didn't pay me to sell your books. You paid me to publish your book.
Yeah, but
Your
you're
book
telling
must
me that
sell.
you have a knowledge that I need to be aware of. So tell me
Yes.
about that knowledge.
Pay
Point to
me
me.
for that
Tell me who
knowledge.
can
Right.
help me.
When I run workshops, you pay me for that knowledge, right? Now,
Yeah.
as Yolanda says, every time any mentions or teaches this, it's a new ear, or at least it can be. Yeah. Because on replay, especially Yolanda, each one teach one, just like talking about one's book repetitiously. Exactly that. Um, okay, now I'm going to send it to your DM, Joni. Okay, there you go, Joni. So I've left StreamYard now. Michael, it's not on me. People have to take responsibility. I can't blame anyone if someone does if what I do doesn't work. We know the people to talk to. If we know where to go if we want to help. I put Sir Stanley on a pedestal. I show you what he does every time, right?
Okay. I've got to ask you this question. Every
Yeah.
time someone comes back and blames you for that, do you in a way indicate, no, yes, it's not my fault. It is, you should have taken these responsibilities seriously. And my advice is you need to talk to Stanley Green and you need to talk to Shawn Michael in order to help you to get
No,
to this stage.
no, no. I don't. It's not on me. I say again, Michael. When they come and talk to me, I'm like, you don't know how, you don't know how to sell books. Okay, why don't you try being more strategic? Why don't you try work out who you want to sell your books to,
Ah, hmm.
and then go and talk to them, write to them, email them, DM them, do what you have to do. But like Maria says, take action every day and keep taking action until eventually momentum becomes your best friend. I just put the comments. I
So
just
you
shared the
do have a
StreamYard link,
playbook.
Joni. Right now, hold on, Michael. Just make sure people know a bit more about what Sir Stanley Green does. I will play his sponsors video. That way, you see what power thinking is. It feels a bit short, Sir Stanley, but no, it's a short video. So here goes.
It's time to change the way you think. Download the new Power Thinking Corp app, available now in your App Store.
The power, Michael, the power thinking app is a solution. Yeah, it's bite-sized mindset coaching rather than paying the big money for big money for a coach.
Can I give
Yeah,
you
so
some advice
Stanley,
on that?
okay,
I'd like to give some advice on that video.
what's your advice, my friend?
It's extremely short and
Did I say that?
complete.
Okay, you didn't get it? Oh, okay,
No.
I'll help. I'll help. At the worst time, they're really upsetting. Calm. Did you get it, what power thinking does now? I know you fell off. Really upsetting. You're still muted though. I don't know whether your signal suddenly going wonky. Anyway, on to calm gets released by the bushes.
Yes.
But
Can you hear
calm,
me
you're
now?
back.
That's what happens. When you try to help me, I
Like
get kicked
in your
off.
face.
You see, it might be, I'll take to Stanley as well. I will take your feedback. So I might combine both videos. How's that? Right.
Please make it longer because I really want to hear what it was about because
Right.
all I got was Amazon and I like Amazon and I got
It
amazing Amazon and I was
didn't
like,
mention
what the heck does
Amazon.
that mean?
Did not mention Amazon. It said download the
Okay,
app,
did not
Michael.
mention it, but I read it.
He said
And so my
download the app.
mind was somewhere else.
That's your. Oh man, that's you, right? Download the app. Look, this is LinkedIn, my
I'm
friends.
giving you feedback.
I said I'll take it. I'll take that, right? Let me say. Let's say, look, let's learn to talk to people who may be able to help us. That's maybe if that's what you take away from today, then that's it. That's a lesson, right? Now talk to people, get to know who Joni is. Joni actually does something to help people. She does a lot to help people. I mean, most of you don't know. If you don't talk to her, you never know. Now everyone here does something to help people. But we need to get talking, and don't be so scared that they might want to send me their stuff. They might do. You can send them your stuff too, right? But we can't help each other if we don't know what each other does. That's it. That's the long and short. You can't. I can't help you if you don't know what I do as a publisher. If you think I distribute books, I don't. Now, this is my point. Joni, talk to me. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Gosh, Kama's giving you a rough time, girl. I mean, Mike, I think I love that you're kind of a disruptor. You kind of just get that conversation going. I don't know if always you believe in that because it is so hard to become quote unquote some sort of influencer through LinkedIn and get your whole publishing company is started, and you're a Black man and you came from Nigeria. I mean, you gotta understand how smart he is, and what he's doing is right. And
You know
I
what,
have seen
Joni?
it for 3 years.
He's got a walk on coal on fire for me.
He has
I don't care.
He
And
walks
guess
on
what?
Legos.
I don't care where he's from. The fact that you tell me he's from Nigeria, now I am like, what can I throw in there that's much better than coal and fire and can really wake this guy up?
He drank condensed milk with his cereal, right? There is nothing that I wrong about this person.
I
and he's
laugh,
not
I
and he's
laugh.
not keeling over yet. Oh, that means that it was not enough. That means it was not enough. And he's laughing. He's
Well, I
laughing.
cannot.
Can you
I
imagine,
need to
Joni?
go
He's laughing. Oh my
I,
gosh. So that
because
tells me that he's
I love you. I love you both, and that's why I laugh. Like, and there's truth in everything, right? Look,
there.
Calm is making rough waves.
Like
That's
when you're friends, like it's okay to kind of like say, "Oh, this is the reason I love my friend, and this is the reason I really support him." And I have been approached by so many different publishers, and Annie is the only one who did it right. And so that's really great. But he's also my friend, not my publisher. And I trust him to tell me the truth. And I trust him to laugh at me when I'm being ridiculous.
I never laugh at you, Journey. I never laugh at you. Look,
if
I've made
if he doesn't go through this fire
you
and
see,
if he can't
there's a
take
point.
it
There's a
from me,
point there. There's a point in what Journey says. You have to ask people the question. If you don't ask the question, I'm not obliged to tell you anything. And they say that people are saying, in the comments, Michael, so any, what could any do? Stronghold someone to make people buy a book? No, really not. That's not me, right? It's like, it's not my job. You can't depend
What
on
does that
anyone.
mean to you?
It's so true, right? And I think I like what Yolanda said earlier. It's not on me, right? It's not on me to say it's on you. You see, I'm not responsible for other people and what happened to them, right? And Yolanda says you have to take your own leap of faith.
Yeah.
Marketing is hit and miss. Some things will work, some things won't. If you pay me a lot of money, I will experiment and find what works. But still, we're going to come back to you doing your own experiments as well, right?
Yes. Well, and like I think Annie puts like a really good like kind of safety net around you that like your book is amazing, your book's gonna be a bestseller, which fuck no one's gonna be a bestseller right now. And you're gonna be a star, and he has this power to like infuse your personality to feel really powerful in your creativity, and that's a skill in itself.
Mm.
That is a
Because
skill in itself. And I can see through his little things that he uses to pump up people, but that's okay for me. That's okay. Like I love that he does that. I love that like he works so hard to try to
thank
make
you.
his business work. So
Thank you, Joni. Thank you. It was look. I'm doing more than I thought I would have to do to work with people, right? So these events. I mean, it's not just me. You're doing the same, Calm. So is Joni, right? We're here to, we're trying to tell the truth, right? I said to you when you came in, this is a truth telling session. We're gonna say, we need to tell the truth more, and of course, so my recent conversations allude to what you're saying, Calm, but people need to take action, believe in themselves, genuinely believe in themselves,
take
and
action.
yeah,
That's the main thing. Take action. Do something. Get
yes,
yourself out of your funk.
yes, Joe, and try and
Get yourself
realize
out
that
of your funky funk.
realize that
Business.
you can be great. You can achieve anything you want to achieve. It's not on me, and I'm not even a coach. It's that's but I will do my best to tell you my experiences. That's what we do. That's what these events are, really, right?
now
Some
you
people
do
will find
realize that
go.
you are actually doing Stanley's job right now. I
Stanley's one
mean,
of my sponsors, so I
And
have to be
Stanley and my parents went to school together.
and Shawn Michael.
really.
Yeah.
No,
Really?
Shawn Michael's a very good friend of mine, and of course, I believe in
And
the
I
work.
really like Shawn Michael too.
So I
Wow.
believe in the work he does, and I think his work on your inner potential. Like I
The
just said to you,
connections are
if only
interesting
we
here.
realize,
Okay.
if we realize how great we are, our world could be so different. But all I can do is direct people to some of my friends. But but this brings me back to my point, calm, where I say I want us all to rise together. That means I want us all to start taking action. I want us to, I would say there's nothing greater than a band of people who are successful. Can you imagine that, calm? Can you imagine that?
Yeah,
It
I
means
can
like we don't
imagine
have
it
to
I mean,
spend.
very
it's used
much.
all over the world. I mean, like Com has had quite a
I can.
background, which is those are the favorite stories I hear of Com. I mean, like Mike, I don't know. I feel like you're still Michael to me, but whatever. But your
Calm
stories
is
of
better. Thank you
growing
very
up
much.
are amazing. And I just sit there like, oh, tell me more, tell me more. It's like just I really, really interesting how you kind of got to the place you are now. And that's so there's
Yeah,
that's
no,
you've done
It's
good
like
for
you
the
said.
world because
Everybody's rising together.
one
mm,
person,
All of them
one
doing
person in this world,
everybody doing an
I will
effort.
remember you.
I
We
remember
all
you too, Carl.
all working hard. So that's
Hold
good.
on, so Cyrus will remember you too. I mean, he's dancing on freshly packed Lego, fresh unpacked Lego apparently.
I said that.
Gangnam Style.
I said unpacked Lego. I said that. Fuck that.
Right.
But Cyrus, oh, such a great person too. Oh, I love him.
Yeah. Look,
So what you've done, Annie, is create a community too. And that's I'm really proud of you, brother.
I thank you. Look, now we know Maria coaches people to find their creativity, and it's
I
amazing
am
that people find it so difficult to tap into themselves. So that's another
Maria
resource.
does. Oh, oh,
That's another thing that we can all tap into.
it's amazing. All right. Maria, you're in our group.
Yeah, as you say, look, walk into a room like you own the space. I didn't swear. I've been very nice, right? Because we do. Maybe it's the age I am. Because I'm 51. I'm thinking, you know what? The time for playing small is gone. It's now or never, right? If I don't do it now, when am I going to do it? And I do. Look, it's a weird thing, Michael. It's every day I turn out I do events, but I've done it for years, as Jodie said, right? And at the beginning, I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I didn't know how it was going to become of events. Yeah, but 3 years later now, I haven't. People know me, and people, some people like me, and maybe some don't. But I'm all right. I'm cool with that. I always say, people have to love you and hate you in equal measure. That shows you're making a difference. If no one hates you, then you're doing nothing at all, right? So I embrace the fact that people can give me time and attention. I appreciate the fact that you give me time. Come on stages and share some of your genius, Michael. We'll take that, right? So Maria says, why don't we have an in-person event? We are, Maria. We are.
It's
Look,
really hard when we're so far away. Like everyone is like kind of broke and like we're just like we like want to like get together, but it depends.
no,
Um
it's
I
coming,
would
Joe.
love to do that.
Look,
I
it's,
had
it's
the RV sale thing.
No, it's coming. Look, in the new year, I'm gonna do an online
It
event.
better be in America.
No, online author speakers event. So we're gonna start online. Then we're gonna start doing hybrid
No,
events.
it's like in person, so you can be like,
No, but I think
that's right.
well, I think hybrid events is the best we can do. Because I'm not coming to you, America, because of your guns.
Why? Why?
Guns,
You're not allowed to
guns,
leave your country? What happened?
guns. I don't want to
Wait,
get
you
shot
got
by
your
someone.
passport
I
taken
don't want to
away?
get shot by some military.
Oh shit! All
You
right,
see, I just went to Ghana recently, so I have no problem going around the world. But
you did.
literally. So look, we'll do. I say I'm in London, so I will start in London, right? We'll start there, and then we'll take it around the world.
Yeah,
Of course, and
London
like
first.
anything, you get bigger, and then you do more. Then we'll get to America eventually.
I know. I just booked a speaking conference for young women in construction sales. There's supposed to be 1,000 women there, but let's go in the low number, 300. And I am I'm so excited because I don't get nervous.
Bless you. No, well done, Joni. No, really well done. I said that's what it takes. Right? That's what
It's
it
just
takes.
like putting yourself out there like this, like all of us. It really helps with just kind of like navigating through those questions in your mind that you're like, am I good enough to do this? Am I good enough to do this? And what should I say in this situation? And you're in a safe group here. And so that's kind of wonderful.
Yeah, no, well done. You made my day. This is look, I love it when someone does more than the ordinary. Whatever that means. So every step is important.
Oh, right? Rosemont, Illinois, more than the ordinary.
And so Maria said, anyone in Europe? I'm in the UK. You have Cyrus, and Cyrus is the UK as well. Who's in the Netherlands? Our friend Luz Parkers. She's in the Netherlands. And if you're not connected with her, Maria, let me know. DM me. I'll connect you with her. No, she's a lovely person.
She's almost too smart because like her comments are so intellectual. I love that woman, but she's so kind too, and she falls for some traps.
Yeah, but she networks. She networks.
Really knows. On LinkedIn, there is traps. Like
there's many traps.
They say untrue information, and you have to like have the mind awareness to understand. Like, nope, I don't think that happened. Your whole family did not get killed in a car accident. I looked at health right now, and I don't want to make you feel bad, but it's people really desperately do look for some sympathy. That's whatever. I don't.
No, Maria. Now let's talk. And I know you. I can
Maria, come on up.
With Cyrus and Zara about podcasting. Let's talk. So again, no reason why we can't take our event to the Netherlands, right? We can. If you're willing to work.
There's so many pretty people in the Netherlands.
Let's go there. Look, Cyrus made a video which I want to show you. I think.
Oh, I want to see.
You want to see it? You gotta see it. You gotta see it.
Okay. I'm gonna pass.
Anyway, the hybrid thing, that means that you can join on screen remotely, right, Joni? So you can talk to.
I'm not technologically illiterate, but I'm not way up there. So
we're doing just fine. This is Cyrus' new video that he made today. It goes with his new website, which we're collaborating on. Here goes, my friend.
Yeah.
Why wait for someday? 'Cause nobody will call. The words inside you could change it all. Sit down and write it. Don't try to fight it. Your truth is a spark. Go on, ignite it. Order your thoughts. Make chaos sing. Turn your pain into something that'll bring hope to many, light to a few. 'Cause there's a book in you. There's a book in There's a book in you.
It looks like me, and it sounds like me snoring, right?
Was that snoring? Was that snoring at the end? I mean, it was beautiful, but was that snoring? That's crazy.
Maria, yeah, no, it wasn't me. So the video ended with someone snoring, right? And so I think
Yeah, I'll take it. That was me. I'll take it.
Maria, we'll talk. When I said that, we'll definitely talk and say, that's the only way that anything happens, right? I could, why just stay small when say that let's expand our services around Europe? Why not? And then take it to US, take it to Africa, take it everywhere. Yeah, we don't tend to want to go to Africa because they don't tend to want to pay us as much as we want to have.
I want to go to Africa.
You can come along, Joni. You can, right? Anyway, Cyrus, well done for the song. Look, Cyrus has a new website. There's a book in you, and I guess he wants to help more people to write their books. And then, of course, he wants to, I guess he's tapping into the author's biggest skill, biggest quality. You know what that is? The voice. No, Michael, writing is easy.
Your voice.
Yes, your voice is your biggest tool. As an author, your pen is a great weapon, but your voice is your biggest tool. That's why authors go on stages. That's why authors do podcasts. That's why authors do anything to get their voice out, because that's the real power. Now, what you write is one thing. If you can't articulate it to inspire people, you're limiting how far. Now, you didn't know. Look, let's say this: authors don't get rich by selling books. Maybe that's a lesson for today, right? Anyway, Maria said, "OMG, that hits. Who wrote that? Cyrus wrote that. Was it Cyrus? Cyrus, again, I can connect you with him. Or was that why? Why decided to finish the freaking thing? I don't know. Again, I'll play the video many times in our rooms, right? It's what's.
Yeah, can you post it in the chat?
Do you know what he's doing right now? It's marketing yourself. You're doing that right now. Yes. And so, that is the hard thing about selling books. Like the first few books you do, they kind of come out awkward because it's like totally you, and like it just feels like awkward writing, and then you have to go and you won't make money. Like you have to go to a bookstore and like see if they can display them. And for me, I have to go to elementary schools and be like, hey, will you put this in the library? I'm a resident. And so it's like marketing is huge. And I'm sure some people, like, especially people who are famous, I guess, they can get the right social media to, get that trajectory. You can also pay for that, which would be a lot. But what he's doing right now by hosting these groups, by really engaging with his audience, it's marketing for his business.
Yeah, no, but so are you, Joni. I'm saying that you got books. I'm saying you're here.
I know. So, well, no, but mine. I'm not getting paid for this. And
when we tell our friends that your books exist, right? Hopefully, it's not hopefully
they pay for them.
Yeah, they will buy them.
My kind of diversion throughout the day because I'm like working. I've been up since 5 a.m. like coordinating a job, and so it's just. Yes, it's nice that I have my own little company so I can take time out twice a day or once a day.
Look.
See my friends. But Annie is working right now. He's
Oh, always, you know. So I'm always working, right? You
Interesting.
know, and you know, so of course, I mean, many of my co-hosts are authors who are also willing to do the work, right? And for these events, I always say this: you can sit in the, you know, you can be here and just and say nothing, right? And no one's gonna know you're here. That's level one. Level two is you're here, you're in the comments, and people can see your name, they can see your comments, right? And you got to be on the comments on the event page forever. And so you got to be on the video forever, right? No, so no, that's not going to go away. So at least now people know they've seen you, you know, and now they know you exist. Some will be curious. Some will want to know, who's Mike? Yeah, Mike doesn't do books, but he does songs. He's got thousands of songs, or hundreds of songs, and that's thousands of clips. If you know how to make songs like clips, right? You know, where Journey's in the US, right? Look, so level two is where you make comments, and then people get to, you know, at least see your name. See, the real level that you want to get to is being seen and heard. Come on stage, like come in the studio, you know, and because once you come in the studio, people will go, "Wow, now I know who you are. Now I've seen you, I've heard you." You know, say whether you see Calm or not, it doesn't really matter. You know, you've heard him. Now you know you think something of him, whether you like him or you don't. I'm saying that it doesn't matter, right? In marketing, it doesn't matter whether you like or don't like you. You know,
I like him.
right? And that's and
You know
again,
what? I don't
go.
care. I really don't
Of
care.
course, you're like, no, you
Fine.
don't.
You know, all I care about is Africa, and that, you know, the rest of the world can go shit, take a dump somewhere else. You know, get out of the way. All I care about is Africa.
I love how you
So
say that. I wonder if the African can survive
Brother,
thrive by itself.
brother, Africa is so big, rich in so many things. It will survive all of us.
We all
it's
need
done it already.
but we all need each other.
I know it is. So there's
We
no
all need
need
each
to push
other.
for
We all
that.
need each other, right? Love that smile, Jody
No,
says.
no, no.
Mike.
All the rest of you can go bonkers.
We're going bonkers.
Yeah, yeah.
We just get richer and more powerful. Michael, you know, we need to all work together to make a better place. Michael Jackson had a song about that, didn't he? Yes, heal the world, blah blah blah, and make it a
Now
better.
you gotta bring him up. All right.
All that stuff.
I'm sorry. Billie Jean is one of the best songs, but
right. Mike writes songs to help you sell your books. Again, that's another resource, my friends. That's another resource. And if you want to make a song, a video, something that's going to stick in people's minds.
I love Cyrus's song. That song. That was really sweet. So good job.
See, Calm. This is what happens when you speak like that, Mr. Calm. Now, Mike says, "I love Calm like a brother from another mother, even if he doesn't care about me." He said, "You didn't say that, did you, Calm?"
Well,
see, you did say that, didn't you, Calm?
You get what you get from Calm.
My friend,
I like Kenny because he's a bro. Kenny's a bro from another hoe. Okay.
I'll tell you, I'm not in love with my mother, so I'm not gonna cry about it.
All right, we're not going to talk about our mothers like hoes, but you know, whatever. We kind of are.
You know, she's kind of old now as well, so I'll leave
my mom, but she still plays tennis. Whatever.
No, mine doesn't play. I'm sure she doesn't play tennis. Not that I would know. You know, so that's what happens. Yeah. Well, look, my friends. So I have to thank you for joining us, Joni and Mr. Calm. Do you have one last big message that you want to leave us with? And also, how do people find you? How do people connect with you?
Okay, so I'll just go from there because I have to go to a meeting. So my real name is Elizabeth Hargrave, but Joan is my middle name, and so that's what everyone calls me. So Joni, and so Elizabeth Hargrave. You can look me up on LinkedIn and find me. I also have a YouTube account, and that's easy enough to find, I think. But so anyways, so my real name is Elizabeth Hargrave, and I do a lot of different things, including owning my own business. And I really come to these type of shows as much as I can. So you can find me there too. And I always respond to anyone in kind who sends me a message. I live right outside of Chicago, Illinois, and I raise golden retrievers. Wait, also kids. I raise kids.
No, Jane is, Jane is the
And
most
I grew up
easier.
in Philly with all the black people, so that's why I just like down with Africa. Sorry, that was terrible,
Excellent.
but it's
No,
kind of true. It's kind of true. And yes. So, anyways, I really love these groups, and I've been here almost 3 years, like
mm,
continuing. It's been
yeah.
three. I think it has been three.
You
So,
you can tell Joni is, real. As Mike said, with Joni, what you see is what you see. It's true.
is what you
Joni's
get. Is what you
Joni
get.
is the only
Some
one who's
people,
won.
they
See,
get
Joni's won.
embarrassed.
Joni's won two of our book launch prize draws. No one else has ever won two. No one I know has ever won two. So that means she buys all the books for all our authors, especially on launch day. She buys them all.
I do
And
buy them all. And
the
I
friends,
like listen. I love listening to books, but I like finding little funny parts and kind of, saying, "Oh, like that's an amazing part of your memoir." What? Yes, I do use humor. Speaking on stage. Anyway, talking about this to kind of make myself comfortable, and that's a real thing that I do.
Mhm.
And I was once like not saying anything about my life and just quiet. And now I'm happily like able to go up in front of 1,000 people and talk and sing in a band and stuff. And so, yeah, I talked to an ex-boyfriend from like 8 years ago. He's like, "You're singing now?" He's like, "I remember the first time you did karaoke, like you were so nervous." And I was like, "Yeah, a lot changes in it. It's
Mm,
like I found my own voice. I've found myself." So,
yeah, and amen is what I say, Joni. Because I'm sure you're going to get more wild as you know when you get to your 50s, and you'll be like, I just don't
I know,
care.
just like got some of these gray hairs popping. We're
Try
popping.
and hold me back. Right, look, Mike has shared your LinkedIn profile. Mike, I agree with you. Mike says you have to shorten that. So, Joni, under your
Okay.
profile,
Okay, fine. I don't have time
listen. Under your profile, we'll talk later. You need to get
fine.
rid of this. Get rid of these numbers and put your name there. Joni Harbour.
Oh, I don't
Get
know
rid of
if
those numbers are
he's
unnecessary.
Mike. Because Mike is oh, he's a great guy too. Oh, I feel like I see the best in everyone. And Mike has been really I don't know, he just like gets me a little bit. So
Yeah, no. So, Mike, thank you for sharing the link, and of course, and I say I will talk to Joni and go
we'll
and
figure it out. We'll figure it out.
yeah, well, you're welcome to connect with her if you want to help her, and it saves me doing it, right? But well done, you. She's going to inspire. You're going to inspire Mike to get back into vocals, so you're singing. Yeah. Mr. Calm, how do you want to leave us today, my friend?
Oh, well, my name is Calm. It's an amalgamation of Michael and Malcolm. Came up with that um, using AI. It helped me out, figure that out. So I'm really glad that I used AI in order to do that. It was kind of fascinating. That was the first, kind of like my first use of AI in order to get my name amalgamated. Um, my I'm on LinkedIn. I'm also on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I'm on all sorts of other places as well. X, not so much, but um, you can find me on those three: Facebook, Instagram, and you can DM me, message me. If I respond, I respond. If I don't, I don't. It's not like a bad thing. It's more like I probably forgot. My mind was somewhere else. Just try and see if you can get a hold of me any other way, even through any. Contact him, let
Yeah.
him know, hey, I want to get a hold of this guy, and he will definitely direct you to me. And you can also get a hold of Cyrus. Cyrus will direct you to me too. And you can get a hold of Mike. Mike will direct you to me. All those people that are there right now, you can
Mm.
pretty much know that they know where I'm at and how to get a hold of me.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
let's see.
There's your profile link on LinkedIn, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Tony,
That's
look at that. No spurious numbers. Just his name. Yay.
isn't that cool? That's really cool. I
It
like
I
really
that.
don't
is.
pay for a lot of stuff because I pay for a lot of TV.
You don't have to pay. No, you just have to change your profile name, which
All
we
right,
all
I'll
can.
do it. All right, I'll do it. I'll do it. But like literally, I just got a bill from Apple that was like $70, and I'm like, what am I paying for? I'm trying to downgrade my services here a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. There's so many subscriptions to pay for, right? It's a
So
pain.
many. This is worse. This is way worse than cable TV. Way. You got one bill, cable TV, and then your gas and electric, whatever. But it was so easy. That's
Mm.
another conversation for another
Yeah,
day.
yeah. So Mike says get on Substack. Speaking of which, I wrote about it at 3 a.m. this morning. I'm sure we'll get to hear the song sometime about Substack.
I feel like
To
Amazing.
things
just to
we can
finish my
revolutionize. That could be another podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd like
Go on, Mr. Khan.
I'd like to wrap up with what I was saying. Um, mm, if you want to know what I can do for you, this is my motto. I do the best. I offer the best from the best by the best, and just get a hold of me. See what I can help you with. If you go to ring my house, I would not answer like this, but I used to answer like this. Thank you for calling the Bestseller residence. How can I help you? It's as simple as that. How can I help you? Whatever you want to think of, I can either help you or I cannot. And I'm just straight like that. That's about it.
Interesting.
Later.
Interesting. No, thank you so much. Thank you for both of you for coming up on stage. You made my job a lot easier.
If you
Go
call
on, Tony.
me, if you call me, and I don't, and I'm a businesswoman, so like I respect the professional, aspect of, what I'm doing, but I have Ferris Bueller's. I like on my message saying, I'm sorry, I can't come to the door right now. If you're I just might fall down the stairs, and if I'm too sick, I might miss more school. I'll give you guys all my number, but it is so funny. I'm sorry. I absolutely love humor, and I love making people smile a little bit, and then I also give my business name, obviously.
Good on you, Joni. Look, I think Maria's comment is a good place to leave our conversation today, my friends. The book is a great resource and it's probably the best marketing tool. But even your best marketing tool, my friends, needs to be marketed itself. Right? Don't focus on sales, focus on marketing, getting your book in people who can move your book forward. Get your book in more hands, right? Bye everyone. Thank you so much, Joni. Enjoy your day. Michael, enjoy your day. Those in the audience, Mike, Maria, thank you so much for spending your time with us. Many more lovely people as well. Yolanda. I see Yolanda's coming soon. We are Sarah. So we're on chapters 5 of Yolanda's book. So actually, editing and finalizing now. Jay, thank you for being here as well. Storytelling strategist. Dr. Betcar, of course, I see you as well. Curtis. So Dr. Aurelio, thank you so much, everyone. You are absolute geniuses. Tracy as well. So Sean, Americo, Dr. Lisa, Stanley Green, so Levine, the first one in today, and LinkedIn user. Hopefully that's Christiana. Could be Luz. I don't know which one. I can't see. Thank you so much, everyone. Look, enjoy. Take care, everyone. Enjoy your weekend, especially. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Mr. Calm.
Every step forward is a new beat to your drama. She's success with Global.Media.com and celebrate it with or without champagne or rum. She's success with Global.Media.